for that. Okay, let's go to the book writing process.
Okay. Ready for you.
How do you begin your book writing process? Obviously, you identify a topic to which you want to write about.
Yeah, and John, it's going to sound strange, but I write it all out. I write out the whole chapter the way I see it. Because when believe it or not, I feel like Mariana Perry said it best. Your brain is working faster than you can write. So I make mistakes even when I'm writing. But I write it all out first, and then from that I transcribe it and type it on the computer until I get the chapter done. But I've also found that as part of the writing, and you may have noticed this also, you free yourself of distractions. By distractions, if there's noise in the background, so you close the door to your office and you sort of quiet down the room, or you calm yourself down. I found also over the years, I probably have on my computer a dozen Johnny Mathis albums. So I play Johnny Mathis, it's going to sound silly, in the background, and I find that he calms me down, and I'm not writing that fast as my brain is operating. All right, let's reverse it. What is your writing process, and what do you do?
Throwing a question out there for me. I do the same.
Take the viewership an idea of what two guys do that write.
Okay, fair. That's fair. What I do is I obviously pick the topic to which I'm going to write about, and that's a process in itself. Yeah. Whether to see like true crime, how notable is the case that I'm looking to write on? Has anyone ever written about it? Because that's the key. If anyone's written about it, I'm probably not going to write on it unless it was a long, long time ago. So if there's been a book written about that investigation or that case, I won't write on it. So that's the criteria to help me identify what I'm going to write about, and then I put it together a table of contents, basically an outline on, and it changes as I go, as I'm sure yours does too. What I think, what should start off the case, or I should say, what should start off the book. And then I put it that way, like in the Sidney Riso case, I started with him already kidnapped. I started with him the day of his kidnapping, and I brought the reader forward until how he was abducted and placed into a wooden box. And then I go back in time. And I outlined that, so I kind of knew that's how I wanted to do it. So I guess it's similar to what you do. You outline exactly where you want to formulate and what your table of contents should look like.
Are you writing longhand or doing it on the computer?
No, I do it on the computer.
Okay, all right.
Do you do yours longhand?
Everything is longhand. My first draft, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
The money is ready. If you'll please tell me where you want us to take it, we'll take it. Shortly? You want us?
A lot of work, but again, it's like as I'm thinking about with physical security, and I got to tell you, I had a great background, which was I was with the Harvard University Police for 20 years in charge of physical security. So when I left there, there were a little under 300 alarms throughout the whole college, and I knew everything about all of these alarms. It really had it almost all in my head. I knew I was watching real closely the vendors when they would come out to repair something. I learned a lot to see what did they fix, what was really broken on the alarm, and those things were. I think that was really very interesting that you don't learn in school. You don't see it in a book. It's like just being a practitioner, you learn it.
Yeah, that reminds me of a quote I just read recently, that knowledge is obtained through study and wisdom's obtained through observation. And so I think that aligns very well with what you were doing. Most police officers that deal with that don't really learn much on that, because it really isn't, even though you were assigned to that. In general, most police officers, even though it would fall into the security purview, they're not looking to deter crime or prevent it. They're looking to investigate it, and so I think that's the key with security practitioners. It's prevention.
Yeah, it is, and again, you go back to your research and your writings, and like my writing and our writing is totally different from yours, and we have I get to have the opportunity to write about a variety of things. By that I refer to, John, like parking lot and garage security. We've written quite a bit on that. I think I sent you that paper we wrote on penguins. That was the fun to do.
Yes.
We've done research, believe it or not, on car wash and the crimes that occur at a car wash. And basically, people are using a crowbar to get to the coin machines to get all the quarters that's in there. The average car wash has maybe 6 vacuum cleaning machines. That's, if you had a crowbar in your beef, that's 6 machines you can break into, plus a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi machine. And then there's a change machine, because if you can't get the change, then you can't use the vacuum and you can't get your soda. So there's a lot of money being kept open in establishments that opens 24. And the same with laundromat. Laundromats have a problem, but they got a bigger problem in the respects that 100-pound wash machine in the laundromat, a coin laundromat, cost about $4,000 to $5,000. But you start breaking these coin boxes, that owner is being charged. It's going to be hurt with a lot of money for repairs.
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember you telling me about that, and I don't think there's anything written on that topic at all.
No, you're absolutely right. Nothing that I could find written on it. But I got to give YouTube a lot of credit. If anybody wants to learn a little bit more about this, go into YouTube and you'll find a lot of material on it.
Learn about, that was cut out a little bit. If anyone wants to learn about what?
If you want to learn anything about laundromats, how to either run it or how they operate, take a look at YouTube. Just run a search, and there's a lot of it on YouTube. Yeah,
I find YouTube as a very resourceful resource, so very informative. Let me ask you this, getting back to the writing process.
Yeah.
When you do it longhand, do you yourself then put it into type form? Do you type it up yourself?
Yeah, I type it up, and then it gives me a chance to clean it up as well. And I may even have my wife proofread it, and then she'll take out all my little too many capitals that I might make, and she'll do an edit, and then I fix it up, and then it's that wrap. I try not to do more than one draft. That's it. After my wife reviews it and I correct it, that's it. All done for the day.
And how many do you when you do? Because like when with my publisher is always talking about text. Your text has to be within 35 to 50,000 words, or 70,000, depending upon the book that I'm writing. Do you do that as well? And if so, do you try to put down a certain amount of words per day on paper?
No, not so many words per day on paper. I know exactly what you're saying by that. That's forcing yourself to be disciplined and to get the damn book done. But no, I don't do that. if I have 20 chapters, I'll submit the 20 chapters and then let them come back to me and say, Larry, you can cut back 500 words. Then I'll take out chapter 20 and kill it. And then I only have 19 chapters. I don't care one way or the other. If I get too much, I'll cut. One of the things that I found years ago, let's say you have a paragraph that you're having a trouble with. And we all end up having that problem with a paragraph. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't make sense. So don't fix it. Just delete it and go on. Don't spend hours trying to repair something that can't be repaired. Admit to yourself, this is crap. Kill it. It's gone. Take it out, and then keep moving. Because you can waste a lot of time to fix something that can't be. I think. I was going to quote an expression of Ron White. You can't fix stupid. Well, you can't fix stupid papers, and you can't fix crap. I'm telling you, because you and I are going to read this stuff. I'm going to change topics for a quick second. I created and suggested about 8 years ago in the American Society for Industrial Security to have a book awards, an annual book award based on all the books that come out in the past year. And so they're going to come down each year to about 3, maybe sometimes 4 finals. And when you're looking at some of these books, you're going to say, oh, this book is crap. So then you go on to the next book. And then finally you get to a book and say, yes, I like John O'Rourke's book. This guy has captured what I would want to say or whatever. And then I vote for John O'Rourke, and then that's it. But you can tell a bad book, and I can think of some that come to mind, but I don't want to mention it because I don't want to offend the authors in the event that they watch this video. And
that is a great committee. I believe they call it a committee, the Book Award Committee, which I'm honored to be a part of. Thanks to you for asking for me to go on to that board. And it is something that authors actually deserve. It gives them something to aspire to, and also gives them something to to brag about if they even get selected.
Well, the John, I think, and this is my own personal feeling. You and we finished the book, we submit it to the publisher, and that's it. It then goes into production. No one ever comes back to you or to me and says, Larry, John, great book. Thank you so much. I think we really have a winner on our hands. You never get a thanks. No one thanks you for the book you did. It's like you kid yourself. I meant in the other previous tape yesterday, like we spent so much time. We spent all of a year of our lives. We're giving up watching television with the wife, or we're doing something, we're writing, we're researching, we're putting the stuff into the computer, and then pancaking one chapter after another till the book is done, and you submit it, and that's it. You never hear a word. That sort of ticked me off a little bit, and then I decided to start talk with Eve and ASIS about the book award, and then it finally got approved. And now the industry has a book award, and people are striving for excellence in their books because that award's out there.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think, what are we in our 4th year?
No, it's got to be 8 years. 7th or 8th year now.
No, has it been that long?
Yeah, Jenny has won 2. Jacobs won.
Jenny Hesseman won twice.
Yeah, the same book that she did when she did the 2nd edition. She won it again.
Excellent book.
That's right. Now this is what we're saying, Jim. Yeah. You and we look at books, and I agree with you. Jenny Hesseman's book on Target is an excellent book. But then you get another book. You get another book that's on the shelf that you look at and you say, oh, no. This guy just didn't cut it. Either he missed it or whatever. Yeah, but people are striving for perfection. I've been nominated in contention for. I made it to the final round probably 5 times, and I've never made it to be the Book of the Year award. Will I ever? I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, do you have a couple more books lined up?
There's one that, because of COVID, has not gone through the editorial process. And I'm working on the 6th edition of Effective Physical Security, and that'll be my last book.
Yeah. Hopefully one of those two will do it. One of the things I did way back when I was the chair of the Crime and Loss Prevention Council, which has now changed, we did a historical project because we tend to forget our history. We do it as our even in the family, in our personal life, our surname, right? Most people can only go back a few generations. So what I did is we did a research project going, okay, when did the Crime and Loss Prevention Council begin? What was it called? Who was the chair? Let's come up with all the chairs of the council. And so you can post it on the site. And I think all that information is probably kind of fall by the wayside now. I don't know if they abandoned that. Yeah. Well, my point to me getting to that now is this book award committee. You should get some recognition for forming it and creating it. And it obviously has been successful. So that information should be memorialized and documented. So in a few years from now, when people want to look back at how did this originate, they know how.
Yeah, I think too, the way the changes, there's so many changes going on with the ASIS. I don't think it's their top priority now to do anything in that area. But, here's something that I wanted to mention. If someone has very earnestly and has a great desire to write a book, and as we talked yesterday about proposals, if anybody wants to contact me, I'd be more than happy to be of help and assistance to them. Is it okay if I give them my email address, John?
Yes, I would give them your email. That's fine.
Okay, so if you want to contact me about a book that you're proposing, my email address is lafenn@aol.com, and I'll get right back to you. I get on my computer every day, and I'll be happy to do what I can to be of help and assistance for you.